Hey people, injured here, 3v3, Graesark Undercity blue team. Couple of Plague champions. First up is Lokyo, and this is LordNuggs. These guys fight in ranged combat by default with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons with some strong utility and support. LordNuggs rocking the Black Legion elite scheme. If you wait for the CSM to pop out, you can see their alternate helmets, which I know you're all very excited about. There they are. Alongside, LambShanks is a Lord General fighting in ranged combat with a retinue of Stormtroopers, can add to the retinue giving him more abilities, really strong defense and support. Armageddon Steel Legion elite scheme. Red team here is wikkyd with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fights in melee combat by default, begins with a refractor shield and can shoot his own fellas in the head. Death Core of Krieg DLC, alongside a couple of Space Marine players. Sekarma is a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair, going for that heavy cover there. And rounding off the teams is Paranoid Kamikaze with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. On the natural VP of the red team there on the west, blue team have a natural in the south, and there's a contested VP up in the northeast, which is Lord Commissar versus Plague Champion. Good thing he has some gas mask going on over there. Plague Champion doesn't smell too great. Lord General there used to tie up the tactical marines, which is generally how you use that guy in the first engagement against Space Marines. Make sure those fellas can't fire their bolters. Triple guardsman here. Las guns adding up, but the Techmarine is in heavy cover. They should be switching targets, I think. Maybe to those scouts as they ran out of cover there. Grenade launcher, Lord General, but he is persuaded to run away. Both of his retinue fellas died. He can reinforce them in the field, but they won't complete their reinforcement while he's retreating. And a Techmarine tried to tie up the guardsman in melee, I think, but got too close and stayed in too long. Meanwhile, southwest. Oh, this is Dark Angels DLC recolored blue. Look at that. Isn't that fancy? Tactical Marine dropped. But we have double scouts here, and the Apothecary pushed up and is going to get a decap at least here. Can't quite smack the Plague Champion. Oh, gets a smack, but the Plague Champion does get away. What did we see there from LordNuggs? Double CSM, also double CSM from Lokyo in the northeast. Pushed off thanks to the Sentinel pressure, I imagine. Got that stomp ready to go. Double CSM should be in heavy cover here, fellas. It's right there. There you go. Heretics now joining the fray. Sit back and worship. There you go. Nurgle worship, providing some health regen for all of the Plague Champions units in range. That grenade launcher doing some work. Extra damage against heavy infantry, I believe. So bad news for the Tactical Marines, actually. They have a flame arc going into melee with guardsmen, but they dropped two models there. More Tactical Marines joining the fight. Scouts getting wrecked. Almost wiped out there. These guardsmen getting flanked though by Kamikaze, who does have some devastators up. Heavy weapon squad for both of the Imperial Guard players. Multi-las turret up here for LambShanks. Easily flanked though. And a customized Stormbolter Apothecary goes for the revive and should get it. Might give him a level, although he nerfed so much the XP from reviving. Oh, didn't even level him, look at that. Should get it though when this turret goes down. Double CSM with Eternal War here for LordNuggs. Potentially a lot of DPS to those scouts, but they are being suppressed by the Devastators. Plague Champion himself, nothing yet for these guys. Oh, Mucus Discharge is up for Lokyo. Those fellas still hanging out. Both close enough to be hit by the grenades, but it's not super effective against single entities anyway. Guardsman sprinting in there with the move to get into melee. Devastators still having an impact, but they could get flanked by LordNuggs, who has some grenade launcher heretics. There's the barrage. Good hit. And gets rid of him quite quickly there. These CSM are close to dropping a model. Do we have the medical sergeant? No medical sergeant, so he can't hand out med packs. Big fight going on in the mid here. There's some Nurgle worship, but can they find cover to really make the most of it? Not quite yet. Focusing on target acquisition at the moment. Down goes the Techmarine. Sometimes it's worth it to forego cover just to get shots on something you want to get shots on from the right angle, kind of thing. Looks like the Lord Commissar also went down in the northeast. 376 to 488. There's some more Nurgle worship. And it will stack with the health regen you get from the HQ, although it doesn't make a huge difference since the HQ heals you up pretty damn fast, percentage-based healing from the HQ. But it might make a difference of a few seconds. Sentinel almost goes down there. These guys don't have Eternal War, but we do see Noise Marines up from Lokyo. That Sonic Blaster can shake apart structures such as enemy generators and do some good damage and shut down ranged weaponry too, as well as other ranged attacks like grenades. Super effective. Plague Champion caught out of cover there. But finds some heavy cover with this prayer station, which I think are quite cool. Some prayer stations. I wonder what they do. Just look at the screen and recite some words or something. Lokyo pushing through the top. Heretics getting stuck into melee with an Aspiring Champion. Leveling up too. The Aspiring Champion is a Chaos Marine with Bolt Pistol and Chainsword. He's quite mean in melee and buffs the rest of the Heretics to have more health. The Sentinel barely escapes, 14 hit points. You can see without the Lord Commissar, it's really hard for them to hold the line there against what Lokyo is bringing. And we're going to get a full bash, I think. You saw the Breath of Nurgle heal too from Lokyo. Yeah, it's going to be a full bash. That is a quick bash. Double CSM, Plague Champion and Noise Marines. If they had Eternal War even faster. Can they get a decap as well? It is really worth getting a decap whenever you can. Oh wow, those guardsmen got melted. Lots of bolts of fire and a flamer. Just ran right in there, right? Anything else for the Lord General? Yep, we see the flak jacket. Immune to knockback and 30% less damage. Pretty damn useful when you're a guardsman. And everything kills you pretty easily. Heavy weapon squad here with a bunch of suppression. Those guys trying to flank around it, but they did get caught and suppressed by just being in proximity. The suppression effect is an AoE effect. 299 to 488. Another heavy weapon squad back there. This one's getting quite low. Getting suppressed itself. It needs to run away. I don't think it's close enough to reinforce off the bunker. Looks like he's judged it quite well there and gets away. See, this is a medical bunker because of the health regen hexagons you see on all these guys. See the health regen hexagons here from the Apothecary himself. Level 3 this guy. Down goes the Lord General. Whirlwind on the way for sekarma in tier 2. LambShanks is still in tier 1. Getting those double heavy weapon squads up and also getting some war gear up. The Space Marines might be able to push on here with the Lord General down. Nope, LordNuggs is back with double CSM, Eternal War and those grenade launcher heretics, which are doing some good work so far. Big fan of grenade launcher heretics myself. Where is the Plague Champion actually? Oh, he's capping the VP. Mark of Tzeentch on the way. And these guys already have it. Bad news for the opposing Marines down there. And we're going to get a Blastmaster Noise Marine. I would have kept it with a Sonic Blaster, these guys, because they could bash the whole game. I think sometimes people get the Blastmaster a bit too quickly. The Sonic Blaster is still awesome. Shuts down weaponry of everything, doesn't matter what tier it is. But he can do this. He can do this. 267 to 488. There's some Nurgle worship. These guys trying to get around the heavy weapon squad, I think. What is this? It's a big push from the blue team. Lord General back to his feet with his retinue in tow, buffing the hell out of his guardsmen here. And there's that Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Space Marine damage output. Look at that. Those Inferno bolts doing extra damage to heavy and super heavy infantry. Really bad news for enemy heroes too. And this Librarian won't want to be out of combat for too long either. Grenade is easily dodged, but a Whirlwind now coming in with some long-range disruption. There it is. Not the most accurate thing, but when there's a big blob like this, it's pretty awesome, because not only does it knock stuff back, but the stuff that it knocks back can domino into other things. Looks like they are going to defend their VP and their power down here. Need to try and pull back. Level 2 Plague Champion. Plague Marines on the way for Lokyo. Still nothing out in tier 2 for LordNuggs and LambShanks. Chimera for wikkyd, which is why you see the Plague Marines in the field for Lokyo. On the power too is wikkyd. Gonna get a full bash, I think, with the Sentinel joining in. Crack missiles helping out there. Decent hit from the Blastmaster, doing some good damage to the Chimera there. 263 to 460. Big VP lead for the red team. 200. And they do have that 2-to-1 cap. Might be playing into the Whirlwind a bit here, these guys. Very grouped up. Whirlwind has pushed forward, but they don't have anything to really go after it. LambShanks dropped one of their heavy weapon squads. And this guy doesn't have an anti-vehicle weapon. There's a creeping barrage from the Lord General. These guys have a plasma gun, which will trade reasonably well with the Marco Zinc CSM, but they do have their aspiring champion now. Meanwhile, northeast, got some more suppression. Plague Marines handle suppression very well. You can see they're still moving decently quick. Well, for Plague Marines, they only get slowed down by 30% rather than 60%, and they fire at the same rate. Much like the Plague Champion himself, actually. It's a brute force push from Lokyo, which is generally how Chaos do things. Just throw your units into battle, and they've got the damage output to scare things away. Down goes the Sentinel. Lord Commissar gets out. Chimera gets out. But they can decap, maybe get that power, and oh, there's only a node to bash. They should be able to bash that pretty quickly with the Plague Marines there. Meanwhile, Plague Champion is down in the southwest, and the red team are pushing through. There's a heal there from the Apothecary level 4. Got the Armor of Purity. Can heal more often, and improved medical equipment for more energy stuff. My mouse is freaking out here. There we go. Let me click things I want to click. The Guardsmen for LambShanks, both fully upgraded with plasma guns and commissars. Reinforcing 3 at a time and trading pretty damn well with those plasma guns against Marines. Uh-oh. Kamikaze gets around somehow onto the power. Might get flanked though. Is gonna get flanked, and these are plasma guns. Lucky not to drop a model. I think they might still drop one of these devs. 209 to 445. Yep. Drop 2 actually. Can they finish them off? If you stop, oh, it's only 1 drop. How do you still have 2 models, fellas? I thought I saw 2 fall over there. Wow, 34 hit points on 2 models. Those are some lucky devastators. I feel like if LambShanks planted the feet of the Guardsman and get some shots in there, would have at least got 1 more. Maybe both of them. Manticore strike for LambShanks. Dodged, I think, completely by sekarma. Northeast is blue. Blastmaster Noise Marines have pushed up, and we have Eternal War and Aspiring Champion on both of the CSM, which means they can pop the Slaughter ability, which is pretty nice. Run right into the suppression though, and there's a Basilisk Flare from wikkyd from his global bar, reducing the range of those fellas, which is why they're backing off here. Blastmaster, that's a good shot. Here comes that Lord Commissar. No war gear on this fella, and he's still level 1. But just being able to tie things up is massively useful. We do have a Nurgle Shrine back here, behind that line of sight blocker. Whirlwind comes to the northeast. Sekarma assists the 2v1 against Lokyo. I don't think they lost anything though. Did lose a Plague Marine model, but not the whole squad. Lost a couple of Chaos Space Marines. Lord Commissar goes down. Well judged by Lokyo to stay in that fight, and gets away relatively clean with those heretics. Relative to what can often happen to heretics anyway. Blue team are, I think this is the first time they're going to decap this VP here. I think. They should be able to get onto it. 2v1 at the top and 2v1 at the bottom. 209 to 371, tier 3 for Kamikaze. Still 3 players in tier 2 though. Not a lot these fellas can do under suppression like that. Scouts gonna drop models. They're not careful, only dropped 1, wow. And that was earlier, that wasn't even in that firefight. Something is indeed decapping down here. It's Chaos Space Marines. What is this? It's some Terminators from Sekarma. Immediately get shot at by plasma guns though. And the Manticore. It's a lot of damage. They had to teleport out. Armed with the Storm Bolters and Power Fists. By default you can get a weapon upgrade for those guys though. But even in their default state they are pretty awesome. Massively tough. Downside is that you can't retreat them. You need to try and teleport them out of trouble. CSM drop a model, but they should be okay. Almost leveled up. Apothecary level 4 still. Look at these fellas. Mastercrafted Bolter, Techmarine level 2. Still that level 1 Commissar. Level 5 Plague Champion for Lokyo. Doing well up there. Lord General level 2 and level 2 Plague Champion for LordNuggs. Still no war gear for this fella. 204 to 338. Haven't really been able to pressure the Whirlwind at all. Don't have anything to pressure it with, although Land Raider Phobos on the way. Also Stormtroopers for LambShanks. I wonder if they plan to get anti-armor kit and try and hunt down that Whirlwind. Stone Guard veterans here for Kamikaze. Loading in their Hellfire rounds to shoot at the guardsmen. Mess them up with acid, as if it wasn't hard enough to be a guardsman already. They do run away though. You're limited to 1 Stone Guard per player. You can change their ammo to combat all targets. It's a good smite. Perhaps the Carapace armor, or whatever it is, to give you suppression immunity, eh, LambShanks? I guess I don't want to replace the flak jacket now. We have a heavy turret with an Executioner cannon on top. Manticore trying to back away here because Power Fists of the Terminators would make very short work of it. Only 275 hit points on this thing. Executioner is getting some good damage out. And this thing has vehicle armor, so it's very resistant to what these guys are trying to do. Shouldn't be wasting their time shooting at it. Look at this damage! Not sure what sekarma is up to. Not sure what they're up to. This is a vehicle armor turret. The flamer does nothing to it, basically. They lost lots of Marines there. LordNuggs apparently did not mean to get a Land Raider Phobos, I think, from the chat there. Or maybe he was talking about war gear or something. Plague Fist is on the way. .204 to 285 on the VPs. Here's the Phobos with the twin linked las cannons on the side. Sponsors what's going on northeast. Still got a shrine. Blastmaster is watching out, but we do see a power bash from wikkyd, and they do have a Leman Russ. What is it? It's a regular standard Leman Russ. Non-stop fighting in the southwest here. Nobody can really gain a big advantage. Predator tank came to the wrong neighborhood. That's a Land Raider Phobos. Almost goes down in 3 shots, I think that was. Can he get away? Struggling to path out of this area. Got the Phobos backed off. Is it going to survive? There's a plasma shots on rear armor. Looks like it's okay. It's getting repaired by sekarma there. His global ability, Blessing of the Omnissiah, which repairs all allied vehicles on the map. It's really good ability, I think. 204 to 250. Guardsmen are decapping under fire. There we go. With incoming buffing them up, of course. Full auto on the Lord General's face. But they got the decap. They got what they came for. Well played, LambShanks. And goes tier 3. Chaos Predator on the way for Lokyo. We have a Devastator Plasma Cannon for Paranoid Kamikaze. Meanwhile, Executioner Leman Russ is bashing power pretty damn effectively. That was a good bash. Plague Marines are getting some shots in, but these are tough Leman Russes. 1200 hit points. Chimera is there. Still hasn't leveled up yet. Any war gear for... Yes, fully kitted out LordNuggs now. Pestilence, Plague Fist, and Mucus Discharge. He's basically made to cap. He's a late game capper now. Can also do some great defensive stuff with the Pestilence Strike in general. Lots of stuff huddled around. That is nuke bait huddled around that bunker down there. 195 to 206. Blastmaster sets up, might get a good shot here. Plague Marine's got one hit in. Need to move forward and follow the tank though. There's a good shot from the Blastmaster. Grenade on the Plague Marines though, from the Stormtroopers there. Assault kit. What about LambShanks? Did go for anti-armor. They're being all sneaky like. It's a bad position for Kamikaze to be in, but they are getting support from the other side. Suppressing this entire blob of stuff. Apothecary is there to heal things if needed. Phobos is still around. Librarian just casually capping their VP there. We have idle CSM up here that could be helping. Also some heavy weapons squad that could be positioned a bit more usefully here. Oh man, Guardsman whack. That was fully upgraded Guardsman that went down there. The Stern Guard doing some good damage, I think. Terminators are going after the Phobos. I assume the Whirlwind has used its Hunter-Killer at some point. Librarian fighting a Lord General, but then runs away. Does have the Psychic Hood. Level 3 Librarian. Done some good smites and stuff, I guess. 130 to 206. Contested VP is very blue though. Lokyo has a large army up there. They need to double him. They need to 2v1 against Lokyo. Or triple down here, I suppose they could do. But leaving wikkyd up there to fight alone and then fighting 2v2 down here is not the way to do this, I don't think. Plasma cannon. Good hit. Man, this turret is still here. One more shot from the plasma cannon would do it. In fact, it was a missile launcher shot from the Tactical Marines that got it done. Level 4 tax too. That's a hard-hitting missile launcher right there. Leveling up your units means they do more damage, more health regen, more energy, everything. More of everything. Level 3 Plague Champion. Not seen him use the Pestilent Strike yet. You could use it to like protect the Phobos and stuff. We have a Chaos Predator with the Mark of Zinch. Lokyo's come down here. Still left some stuff in the northeast though. So they're trying to split. Here comes wikkyd trying to take advantage. Getting a good angle on Lokyo, but they turn to engage. I think this Predator's going to go down. Because the Vanquisher is awesome tank hunter. Down goes the Plague Champion. Melter bomb on the Predator tank from the anti-armor Stormtrooper scouts. Are trying to get in there to tie them up. And they do so just in time. Just in time. One more volley of melter gun shots. I think that thing would have gone down. Hey, a nuke. I missed. Looks like they got one of those Leman Russes down. That was from... I'm not sure actually who that was from. Both of the Plague Champion players have quite a lot of dread. I assume it was Lokyo since they were fighting that player. Oh, there's Lariman's Blessing, is it? Yeah, got the Lord Commissar and the Techmarine back on their feet. Global ability of the Apothecary. Reviving all allied heroes. Pretty damn good one. Some Cadian Kasrikan on the way for wikkyd. Manticore could try and take out the Whirlwind. Looks like wikkyd saying that the Leman refused to do what it was told. Then it deserves to die. Another Executioner heavy turret up in the northeast. And it's helping out. I don't think the regular turret would have been better though. It's better at taking out larger targets from longer range. Is the Blastmaster going to fly? There we go. Plague Marines trying to chase down this Leman Russ. Some repairs from the Guardsmen though. 123 to 116. Still probing the southwest are the red team. Anti-armor Stormtroopers going after the Whirlwind, and they get it. This tank is still very low, but the Stormtroopers went down there. They are very fragile, those guys. It was basically a suicide mission with the amount of stuff that was here. It's a nasty smite on those CSM. Being tied up, they can't stay here. There's a nuke. That was from Lord Nuggs. That's a pretty good one too. Excellent place to put it. Terminators can't just retreat out and they're getting dragged all over the place. 123 to 93. They did drop a model. I'm not sure if it was to the nuke. I think it was because he's right there. These are Sekarma's Terminators. Do they both have... Yeah, they both have assault cannons. Good DPS versus a single entity. And some suppression too. They can tear through, you know, guardsmen and stuff. But I think once they start a burst, they don't switch targets mid-burst. So it can be kind of a little bit inefficient at taking out large, low-health squads. But it still gets it done pretty damn well. Plague Champion's back to his feet. Leman Russ on the way for wikkyd. Their third Leman Russ, I believe. Guardsman on the way for LambShanks. Can't push top, says wikkyd. Yeah, they need some assistance. Looks like Lokyo's impatient, getting on the move. Chaos Predator here with no mark. Found some tactical marines. They do have a missile launcher. That's a rear armor hit. Look at that damage when a level 4 attacks. It was a single missile. Rear armor, but still. Level 6 Apothecary. Level 4 Techmarine now has a melter gun and signum. Are they going to go up there and assist, or are they still going to push both the naturals here? 1, 2, 3 to 40. They're running out of time, the red team. Blue team have clawed their way back thanks to Lokyo being very solid at the top. And the bottom two players being solid enough to not drop their natural VP. Space Marines really stuck together. I think a little bit more assistance in the northeast would have really helped them out. They're not out of it yet. I hear an orbital. They really have it in for these guardsmen, eh? Ouch. Did they survive? I think they survived, but there's the end of the game. Red team have conceded with no hope of wikkyd getting the northeast alone. And just a hell of a lot of stuff to get through in the mid here. Let's look at his heroes. Lokyo's Plague Champion is level 8. Must have shot down a whole bunch of guardsmen. Level 4 Lord General for LambShanks LordNuggs was level 3. Just looking at the orbital bombardment there. Lord Commissar only level 1, really. Had a rough time up there. Level 4 Techmarine and a level 6 Apothecary. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.